Here on Mazone HD Sportsnet, presented by the JMU Alumni Association, I'm joined by men's head soccer coach Tom Martin. Coach, good week for you guys. 1-1 keeps you right in the thick of the standings. Your thoughts on the two matches against Charleston and Elon?
Oh, we played very well. We played very well in both games, especially on the defensive side of things. And you see the hardest thing in college soccer is to score goals, but the second hardest thing is to keep people from scoring goals. And we did a very good job with a lot of kids stepping in due to injuries that haven't been regular players for us, and they did very well. It was a good week for us, very good week.
Start off with Charleston, obviously 2-0 win. Good showing at home on a really cold, windy night.
Typical mid-fall night. It finally caught up with us, which was an adjustment for everybody, ourselves in Charleston as well. I think
they're used to warm weather.
Yeah, I think it may have helped us a little bit. You know, the kids were bundled up a little bit more than ours. But no, we played well. We had a good first half, scored a good goal. Josh, some of the things that we've done on the training ground to emphasize in terms of movement off the ball, making people less predictable. Connor made a nice run wide, got the ball. Josh filled the space, and first time had a very, very good goal, one of our better goals of the season. In the second half, we started with a lot of momentum. It just took a little bit longer to get the goal, and Connor took it himself and held off the defender and put it in the side net. And good goal, good night for us, very good night for us.
You guys have been road warriors this year. Very good mark on the road. That held up yesterday against Elon. 33 fouls total between the two teams, a very physical match, 5 cards.
Physical match, emotional match, some, for both teams, probably some dubious calls, which we're both still trying to maybe figure out how it went, the penalty kicks or lack of penalty kicks. But, I mean, that's the game. You know, we don't have the luxury of replay or goal line technology or anything like that. You just have to get on with it. And that's an adjustment we have to make as a team, like most teams do. The referee's calls final. Whether it's right or wrong is irrelevant. You just have to get on and play with it. And that's an adjustment that a lot of young players and new players have to make. That it takes time. It takes time. But that was a very tough game at their place. A team with an outstanding record at home over the years. A very good team. We battled. We fought. We played very well. And the tie was probably, unfortunately, I hate to say it again, a just result. They didn't deserve to win. We probably didn't deserve to win, in spite of some calls. You know, we both had a couple of chances, but we'll take it. A very good point on the road. We'll be happy with it.
2 shutouts last week. For it, Kyle Morton was named Player of the Week. He's played very well in goal for you guys this year. 6 shutouts throughout the year. What have you seen from him down the stretch? Obviously, he's a younger guy, and this is the most games he's played in the season yet.
What we've seen from Kyle probably in the last 3 or 4 games is a higher degree of consistency. You know, the goalkeeper position is a very unusual position. It's more specific than any other role on the field. It's not like you can move a left back to right back or a midfielder to forward or a winger to center forward. And Kyle, as you pointed out, he's been searching for that consistency. He trains very, very hard, and he finally produced it the last 3 or 4 games. And he's been busy. He made a couple of very good saves last night. Did very well on crosses. And he's been very consistent. I think that's the difference. He's got a very good upside. You know, he's got good range. He's developed into a college body, so to speak. He was always tall and kind of lanky, and now he's filling out a little bit, and that takes time. And consistency. But coupled with that consistency, the kids that have played in front of him have been kind of a makeshift group most of the season due to injuries and us juggling people around and trying to find the right combinations as a coaching staff, mainly due to injuries. And we need him to be consistent because of that. But the kids that played in front of him did very, very well. You know, the last 2-3 games, we haven't put the same back 4 on the field. And they responded and got a couple clean sheets. And it's kind of a unit of 5 back there, whoever the back 4 are, and Kyle. And consistency is probably the best way to sum it up.
2 games left to go this season. 1 at home, 1 on the road. Regardless, sit in 7th place currently in the standings. You can literally finish anywhere at this point.
We could finish anywhere depending on how the dominoes fall, 2 to 8 or whatever. I mean, there's a lot of soccer out there in the conference, and it's one of the beauties of the conference on the men's side, so much parity, but it's also a detriment. You know, everybody takes turns beating everybody else and at the same time beating everybody else up. So it's so questionable in my mind at the end of the day. Does our best representative represent the conference in the NCAA, or is it a team that basically survived and is a little bit shortchanged at the end? In addition to that, it's also a conference that almost always gets multiple bids. This year, the quality of play is definitely deserving of multiple bids, but the fact that everybody beats everybody else up doesn't help your RPI, and it also hurts your won-loss record. That may come back to bite us this year, but teams have had, including ourselves and the Wilmingtons, the Hofsters, almost everybody has quality wins against out-of-conference opponents and quality results on the road. But the fact that there is so much parity and we take turns beating each other up and splitting results, in the end, I'm afraid that could come back to hurt us as a conference in the end. I hope not, but it's out there. We've got 2 games to go. The good thing is it's in our hands, and we have to take them one at a time and see what we can get on Wednesday night against William & Mary.
First up, final home game of the year. Wednesday night, William & Mary comes to University Park at 7 o'clock. Jamie finishes the season on the road up in Boston at Northeastern on Saturday night. Coach, thanks so much for joining us. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.